What is going on, Accumulation Nation? Today we are back with another edition of the Silver and Gold Knowledge Test. Are you a silver and gold expert? Today we're going to be testing your silver and gold knowledge with a list of 10 questions, and you got to let me know how well did you do in the comments down below. So hit that like button and let's get started. First question of the day: what is the atomic number of silver? If you were to look at a periodic table of elements, what number is assigned to silver? Second question of the day: the same person designed both the Mercury dime and the walking Liberty half. And for those of you who saw the first episode of our knowledge quiz, you know that the Mercury dime is actually called the Winged Liberty. But did you know the walking Liberty half is actually called the Liberty Walking? So moving on down to question number 3. When did the Royal Canadian Mint implement their Mint Shield technology? Back in the day, the Royal Canadian Mint, they used to be notorious for milk spots on their coins. However, new Canadian silver maple leafs do not have issues with milk spots. They are now probably the best example of a mint that has really stepped up their game in their standard bullion coins, and I for one am very thankful because I personally hate milk spots. Moving on to question number 4. Which president officially ended the United States gold standard? Our currency in the United States was once tied to the value of gold and silver, inherently because the coins were made out of gold and silver, but the country also once backed our currency, the United States dollar, with gold. However, at a certain point, the decision was made to take the United States off the gold standard, and it was announced to the public by the president at the time. Who was that president? Okay, so we are already about halfway through the quiz. Let's see what is next. How much face value of 90% silver yields 1 troy ounce? So of course, during the last quiz, we revealed the amount of troy ounces in a single dollar face of 90% junk silver. But my new question for you is, how much face value of this 90% constitutional silver would you need in order to total a single troy ounce? So let's move on to question number 6. Which country's bullion coin has a face value on silver but not gold? So there is a country that produces 1 ounce silver bullion coins as well as 1 ounce gold bullion coins. However, only the silver one has a face value. What country is this? Question number 7. What is the purity of an American platinum eagle? What is the purity of this? How pure is the platinum that makes this coin? Moving on to question number 8. What does PCGS stand for? And how about NGC? These are among the most trusted organizations for grading and slabbing coins. What does PCGS stand for? And what does NGC stand for? Down to question number 9. What silver lode warranted a new mint in Carson City? So we all know that there are several mints: Philadelphia, Denver. What silver lode warranted a new mint in Carson City? That CC mint mark that stands for Carson City. It was only a very short time that those coins were actually being produced, and it was kind of like a pop-up mint in Nevada where there was a massive lode of silver found. What was the name of that silver lode? All right, so for the last question, number 10, what natural alloy of gold and silver was used by the ancients when they used to make their coins out of this naturally occurring alloy of gold and silver? What is that called? And you know what? Just for a little bit of extra credit, this gives you the possibility of scoring 11 out of 10. We're going to do a bonus question, and it's something that I don't even know the answer to, and that is, why are 90% of my viewers not subscribed? If you know the answer to this question, I will give you an A+. I have been poring over the data. I just don't understand it. We're pushing 2,000 subscribers, but oftentimes my videos get way more views than that. And it's because there are tons of people who watch these videos who aren't subscribed. If you appreciate the content that I make for you guys, all it takes is one little hit of that red button Turn it gray, make me happy, help me sleep at night. Thank you. So now we're going to answer all these questions. Were you a silver and gold expert? How many of these do you think that you got right? Well, let's go through the answers now and we will see if you truly know your stuff. First answer here, what is the atomic number of silver? The answer is 47 is the right answer. That's the chemical element number of silver, Ag. Now, if you've ever wondered why someone like Silver Dragons uses this number 47, well, now you know. Who designed the Mercury dime and the Walking Liberty half? He was a sculptor, a famous sculptor at that. And honestly, if I had to choose, I would say that he's probably the best designer that the US Mint has ever had, in my humble opinion. That is a man with a fairly unfortunate name, Adolf Weinman. If you look closely, you can find his initials, his monogram. It's located right after the Y, kind of in the 4 to 5 o'clock position, and it's kind of an A and a W overlaid on one another. And in this case, behind the R on $50, right beneath the tail feathers of the eagle. Some of the most beautiful coins that they've ever produced. Moving on, when did the Royal Canadian Mint implement their Mint Shield technology? The answer is 2018. They used to have terrible milk spotting issues, but nowadays they are just pretty clean. I don't find any milk spots on them anymore. And yeah, there's some scuffing and scratching on the capsule, but no milk spots on the coin. So moving on, which president officially ended the United States gold standard? For those of you who are old enough to remember, or those of you who can actually recognize the man, it was Richard Nixon. How much face value of 90% junk silver yields 1 ounce? That is $1. You guys ever try to write on camera? $1.40 with the handwriting of a child. Let's go ahead and weigh it for you right here. This Benjamin Franklin $50, so that's 50 cents. We'll go ahead and add a standing Liberty quarter to make 75 cents. We will add a Washington silver quarter for another 25 cents, which brings us up to $1. We have a Mercury dime, that's $1.10, $1.20, $1.30, and $1.40. Puts us at 1.1 troy ounces after you account for the fact that this is only 90% silver, about 1 troy ounce of actual silver weight. Which country's bullion coin has a face value on silver but not gold? Now, this is truly a tricky question, and here's why. Whenever we are defining the difference between just an ordinary silver round and a silver coin, we always talk about the fact that it's minted by a sovereign government, but we also talk about how there's a face value on the coin. So even though this American Silver Eagle says $1, we know that it's worth way more in the silver weight. It's kind of silly that we put face values on these things, but that's just the way that it is. Certain coins, like the Mexican Libertad, for instance, don't have any face value on them, but we still call them coins because they're minted by a sovereign government. However, there's one government that puts a face value on their silver bullion coins, but not the gold, and that is South Africa, the Krugerrand. And you might be thinking, silver forever. I don't see a face value on this thing. It just says Krugerrand 2021, fine silver, 1 ounce, fine silver. Oh, what is that? Right there next to the milk spot, we have an R1. That actually stands for Rand 1, or 1 Rand, hence the name the Kruger Rand, because this guy's name is Paul Kruger. However, if you were to look at the gold 1 ounce coin, you would find that there is no such face value in this location. The answer, of course, is South Africa. I think I'm gonna have to start typing my answers. Moving on, what is the purity of an American Platinum Eagle? Well, I already showed you the obverse, so let's look at the reverse and see what the purity is. Is it 3 nines fine? Is it 4 nines fine? The answer is neither. It is 3 nines and a 5 fine, so it is 99.95% pure. Sorry if that's a bit tricky for those of you who don't own platinum, but that's the way they do it. 9995. What does PCGS stand for? How about NGC? Well, I can show you the NGC one right here. The Numismatic Guarantee Corporation of America. I don't have it in me to write this one down. Professional Coin Grading Service. Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. What silver lode warranted a new mint in Nevada? Nearby, there was a massive silver find. Tons of silver mining started to occur in the area. The cost to ship all of this stuff around, they just decided, you know what? This is a huge lode. Let's process the silver here. And thus, the Carson City Mint was formed because of the Comstock lode. COMSTOCK. What natural alloy of gold and silver was used by the ancients? If you know this name, good on you. It is called electrum, this natural alloy of gold and silver. Let me know, do you want to be a good citizen of the Accumulation Nation? Well, hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure you get notified, because every time I make a video, it's going to be a banger. Silver forever, out.